According to ISTE, the International Society for Technology and Education, technology, used effectively, can help all students meet and exceed the rigorous learning goals embedded in the Common Core State Standards by providing access to tools and resources that personalize instruction and creating rich, engaging, and relevant learning environments.
The new Common Core State Standards now require that all students master our adopted technology standards as we educate students to become college and career ready with the necessary skills to compete in the 21st century.
I'm actually a non-laptop teacher. I have students that are from the laptop program and not, and we use devices. The students were given a standard, researched them, and built their own website.
Okay, so this is my site, OTrevor5. All the things you might need to study online for a test. It creates a step-by-step tutorial, like a digital whiteboard, of how this is done. This is the practice quiz. Because you're studying for a quiz or test, you obviously have to be able to practice for a while. So here's a sample.
Now it was great because at times the devices were out, at times students were using them together, sometimes an average of one device per 3 or 4 people.
Starting in 2015 and 16, we are transforming our language arts, history, and science laptop classes to a blended learning environment for all 6th grade students in those subject areas. We welcome and encourage students to bring their own devices, be it a Chromebook, MacBook, or other laptop.
We're working with our teachers through professional development, collaborations, job-embedded trainings, and individual support. We're sharing tech tools and digital lesson plans to try and provide blended learning opportunities for all our students.
So blended learning to me is giving everyone equal access to technology. And that can be anything, any kind of tool, any kind of device, just to help them, instead of having a substitution for pencil and paper, but taking it to that next level, so that way we can challenge kids to think differently and to think how the world actually utilizes information and how do they solve problems. So blended learning is using that collaborative model and getting kids talking to each other to solve all of those problems.
I'm Mr. Atchison, and today, to celebrate Pi, my students were measuring circles. Circles from as large as a bicycle tire, to a plate, to a quarter. And they were measuring the circumference and the diameter, and then, using Google Sheets technology to do the division, trying to estimate pi. And all the way down at the bottom of the Google Sheet, it will give us a class average. And we'll see how close we can get to 3.14.
I teach 8th grade U.S. history. I have a couple of students that aren't laptop students in that class, and they do the same things that the laptop students do, but in a different format. For example, today, my laptop students downloaded a chart. They're going to be filling it in tomorrow. My non-laptop students will get a copy of this, or they will copy it from the board, and they'll do it in their notebook. And they're accomplishing the same thing, they're interacting in the same way, but nobody's being penalized because they don't have a laptop.
We are providing devices to create a blended learning environment that ensures these subject areas will have one device for every 3 students.
By students bringing their own devices, our classrooms may move from a 3-to-1 ratio environment to a 2-to-1 or even a 1-to-1 ratio. 6th graders should feel free to bring their own laptop,
regardless of the make and model.
iPads and tablets also will have their place in our classrooms. However, sometimes there is a limited functionality while using certain Google apps. We hope this helps explain some of these transitions that we intend to make next year.